Hey everyone, happy Wednesday night and welcome to our weekly crafty session. My name is Ann Granger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada, and I'm excited to be with you. I look forward to my Mondays and Wednesday night crafty session. It's just what I need to end my day and it just puts a smile on my face. Welcome to my craft room, aka my happy space. This is where I spend a lot of my time. I love coming in here creating. I love playing music. And really, it just takes me away for a few hours. I can forget about everyday life. It truly is good for the soul. If you are watching live today is Wednesday, August, oh my gosh, 28th, the last Wednesday of August. Where did August go? It just seems so crazy that it was like just the beginning of August and here we are at the end of August. So I'm excited to be with you tonight. I have an amazing products to share with you. This bundle is actually in our online exclusive. It's called Frosted Forest Bundle. I didn't think I needed it, but then when I started seeing samples, I was like, wow, that looks amazing. And after creating my scrapbook page and my cards, it is like my top favorite. I just think there's so much you can do with it. Plus it can take you through the seasons. And you could use it for many different occasions. I think it's one of those sets that you're like, hey, that's a keeper and I'm gonna keep that into my collection. And I tend to do that. When I find my favorites, I keep them. I don't let them go. And I think this is one of them. All right, popping on just a few minutes before 7 so Facebook can let you go on live. And that gives me a chance to check my settings and make sure everything looks good. If you are here tonight, please say hi, welcome. Chat with me. It's like you're sitting in my craft room. Tell me where you're from. I want to know, where in the world are you watching from? And if you're watching on the replay, maybe you found me over on my blog or maybe you found me on YouTube. We're excited you're here. So please let me know. And make sure you share this video and tell your crafty friends to join us. We're coming into those cold, hopefully not yet, but a few more months. But in another few months, we will be into our winter routines and we all need some crafting nights to get together. So I hope that you will share this video, comment, and let me know you're here. That is the best thing that you can do and gives me the best compliments. So I love it. All right. You know me, if you've been following me on my Monday nights or Wednesday nights, you know I'm a huge chocolate person. So I have my bowl, it's like my crystal bowl. And in here I have Dove chocolate. I was in Salt Lake City, so I have their amazing saltwater taffy, so yummy. And I have some Halloween candies, and then I just switch it out each time there. So grab some chocolate. Maybe you're eating dinner, maybe you're watching from your craft room, grab a drink, whatever you're doing, like just sit back, relax, and enjoy. So how this works is I'm going to show you a card class tonight. We are focusing around the Frosted Forest bundle. So this is the stamp sets, and I will show you the dies and then what comes with it and when I flip the camera. If you place an order in my online store using the host code, which you'll see when I flip the camera, from Monday to Sunday, September 1st, I will send you the 4 cards that we are making tonight. So I will send you all the stuff that you need. The only thing I can't do is I can't stamp images as per Stampin' Up! Rule. So if you love these cards as much as I do and you're here in Canada, you can take advantage of the class kit. With the class kit, I will send you an email with a PDF listing all the instructions and the supplies and measurements, and I will send you a link to this video so you know where to find it. All right, we have lots to share with you. Our cards are like simple, but they take a little bit, so I'm going to show you that. And I hope you stick around. Make sure you talk with me, chat with me, and yeah, let's have fun. So I'm going to flip the camera. All right, you're going to see my blinds. I wish I could show you outside, but it is, well, it's nice outside, but I get the west sun. So right now I'm finding that sun is getting lower and lower each night as the weeks go on. So it's like right blinding in my eyes. Okay, so this is this week's host code. If you spend $50 before shipping and taxes, that is what you're going to get the card classes we're showing tonight. But I do have some things I want to share with you first. Our new holiday catalog, September to December, launches next Wednesday, a week today. I cannot wait to show you the inside. I have planned out all my product of the weeks from now to December. I'm so excited to dive into this catalog with you. If you are here in Canada and you do not have this catalog and you would like a demonstrator, I would love to work with you. Pop me a message and I will pop one in the mail. I went to the mailbox, the post office today, and they were closed for like 15 minutes. And I was like, oh, like I can't wait 15 minutes. So I will drop the first batch off tomorrow. The second batch will go out on the weekend. So here is that beautiful catalog. Also, if you are looking and don't have one of our annual catalogs, I would highly recommend asking for that too. And I will pop both of them in the mail for you. Or if you're here local, you can grab that too. I wanted to remind you that our designer series paper sale ends on Saturday. Can you believe it? August 31st. So now we're into those, like, my favorite time of year, fall. Love, love, love. Okay, 15% off. Some papers are not available right now, but most of them are, so you definitely want to take advantage of this. If you've been following me on my Facebook Lives, Mondays and Wednesdays, I have a big goal that I would love to reach by the end of September. I am on my way to $500,000 in sales. I'm super excited, so this is my little countdown. And I do wanted to say a disclaimer that 1% of demonstrators in the Stampin' Up! Company achieve these higher titles and higher amounts. So I am super excited. So I will be checking and watching. So how can you help me? Orders, online orders, order paper pumpkin, come to classes, place orders, whatever you. I will definitely keep you in on my countdown. I'm super excited. So we only have like 9,000 to go, which hopefully won't be, that will pretty be easy. And if you are local to me and you are on my email list, I sent out a list with all my classes yesterday from now to December. If you're not on my email list, make sure you subscribe. Head over to my blog and a pop-up will pop up and you can subscribe to my newsletters. That's how you find out what I'm doing in the product of the week. You guys are always the first one to find out. I always send a recap email that shows you the projects we did and the links so you don't have to go search for them. So you definitely want to be on my newsletter. All right, let's dive into our projects tonight. So we are showcasing the Frosted Forest bundle. This bundle is pretty amazing. So let's first talk about the stamp set. This stamp set is an online exclusive. What does that mean? It means that it's on our online store and you will not find it in a catalog. Things that are in our online store are while supplies last, or they might come back. We never know which products are going to stay. So if this is something you like, I would suggest not waiting much longer. You definitely want to use it. A beautiful set. It can take you through the seasons. You could go through spring right to the fall. And actually the cards that I created tonight, I actually did that. I took you from spring right to winter. And I'm excited to share that. So stamp set, it is a photo palmer because it is a two-step stamping, so you can see where you stamp. With this, as I said, it is a bundle, so it comes with our matching dies. And as you can see, there's dies that cut out the trees, right? So that's pretty amazing. So this die, and this die cut out these 3 trees. Then you have another set of trees. You have branches and you have, so we're going to use all of these tonight. So I'm going to show you how to use them. And that way you can see how you can use this. Hey, Melissa, thanks for joining tonight. I truly, truly love this bundle. I want to think it's my top favorite. Like when I created with it on the weekend, I was just like, oh my God, I love these projects. If you're just finding me, maybe you're like scrolling through Facebook and you're finding me, or you found me on my YouTube channel, make sure you go back to my YouTube channels or my blog and you can see the scrapbook page that I have created with this. So each week I take a product of the week, I show you a scrapbook page and a card class to go. So the neat thing about this though is it comes with these decorative masks, and this honestly is what makes this stamp set, this bundle, beautiful. You get 3 that showcase a tree. So here's the branch, the tree, and then you have 3 that are like evergreen. So I think of these as Christmas trees. So we're going to show you how to use those tonight. Before I start, I just want to show you, so we are using the Iconic Celebration Designer Series paper. You can find this in our online store in the online exclusive. It is beautiful. It is a 6x6, so I kind of did my Christmas patterns here, my winter patterns here, my fall patterns, and then my New Year's, Valentine's Day. So this set really takes you through the year. Hey Brenda, she says you've been so crafty. Yes, Brenda, honestly, I'm loving it. I missed my room today. I was at work today. And then the other paper I pulled in is that Country Wood, which you know I love this paper. I use it all the time. If you're like thinking, what paper should I add to my collection? Definitely add this Country Woods Designer Series paper. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. You will use it for everything. And if you have been following me on my Facebook Lives throughout the summer, you know I've used this paper quite a bit. All right, so let's dive into our project. So the first one I want to show you is a spring card. I have done some die cutting just to help us along. So, actually I should take these out of the plastic, so let me do that. So here is the card that we are going to create. Looks like this. So I think this is a beautiful spring card. Great for those that love nature. You could switch it up, but I just thought it would be fun to show you a spring card. Well, I'm going to call it a spring tree. This paper is the iconic paper from the Iconic Celebration. So let me show you how to create that. As I said, if you place an order, you're going to get all these supplies to make these cards. All right, so there's our card base. I've done some, so we have white, and then there's that DSP. Look, it has pumpkins. Oh my gosh, wait till you see next week's projects. Oh, I'm super excited about those. I love the fall. Fall is my favorite time of year. I especially love how the trees change colors, and these projects inspired me on that. But I'm also a huge pumpkin person. Like, I love pumpkin desserts, pumpkin like loaves, everything. I'm not a pumpkin spice latte like that. I know my friend Brenda loves those, but I'm more about the pumpkin desserts. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, so there is our card. I've actually gone ahead and die cut this out already, but I wanted to show you what that was from. It's from the Countryside Corner dies. This was a carryover from last year, but beautiful if you're looking for some fun shapes. So that's that. Goes there, and I'm just going to set this aside, and now we're going to bring in our treats. So I forgot to grab some. Let me grab some basic white. Thought I had everything ready to go. I try to prep my pick like as I am getting ready for my Facebook Live. I try to have everything out I need. Okay, I am going to bring in just a grid paper. Now you can use your glass mat. I just feel like I will be doing a lot of coloring, so I really want to make sure that I don't have it. Actually, let's turn this over here. Okay, so we're just using a grid paper. Now, how this works. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp this big tree in Memento ink. Okay, so you're going to want a block E for that, and you're going to want Memento ink. Okay. Just like that. When their stamps are big like this, I do like to go ink pad to block instead of block to ink pad. I think we should be good here. Let me just check. Yeah, that works. You know what? I think I'll do it this way just so you guys can see it better. All right. So I've watched a few videos just of some like how people were doing like making their trees, and I noticed a lot of people were stamping it in the Memento ink so that they could do their coloring and blending. So that's what I decided to do also. Okay. Now, here comes the fun part. I'm so excited. So this is the one we're creating right here. We are going to use these three right here. Let's see. So, I first want to show you, this is what we're going to create. So, and I will walk you through the steps. I used pecan pie for my tree branches and trunk. I used lemon lime twist as my first layer, and then I added granny apple for my second layer. So that is what your tree looks like. So I just want to show you that. I will take pictures, and I was just kind of playing around, but I will take pictures and share these with you guys and post them on my blog and Facebook page. All right, so these are the 3 masks you need. As I said, they're notched out. You want to make sure the notch is always on the same end, and you want to use number 1. Now, I think I would grab a Sharpie and probably label these just so they are a little bit more. I was thinking the other day when I was creating, I was like, oh, like I think you can buy these masks separately. So I think I will probably grab another set of masks, and then you can have like just an extra case in case they rip or something. Washi tape, I'm using Post-it note tape. You just want to make sure that you're lined up so you don't slide. So that's why I'm just kind of holding those in place. Now, you want to use pecan pie. I'm going to show you, I did pecan pie for my base, and I also did early espresso, but I really like the pecan pie. I just feel like it looks more natural. I found the early espresso to be too dark. All right, so I'm using our blending brushes, and I'm literally just blending it. I'm going to swirl it, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to come in and swirl like this. Now, it is easier to start with a light touch than like dab. You don't want to dab, because if you dab, you're going to get like these marks. You want to blend. So you're going to take your ink, swirl on here. You can do this on your glass mat. I just didn't want that ink to get onto my paper. So just continue doing it as dark as you want. You could continue going. So you can see as I add the color, it does get darker and darker. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that. Does the stamp set and dies and mats come together? Yes, Melissa, you can buy this as a bundle. And I want to say it's like $72, but it all comes together. So you can buy them separate or you can buy it as a bundle. Highly recommend the bundle because you save 10%. Okay, I'm going to save this because we're going to use this in a bit. But if you were done, I just take this to the sink and run it under water and it comes clean. And then I just lay it on a paper towel to dry it. All right, there's our first layer. Now we're going to come in with our second layer. So I'm using number 2, and I want my notch to be on the same side that I was before. All right, put that down, put that down. Now, for my trees, we are making like a spring themed tree. So I'm going to go with Lemon Lime Twist first as my base, because I felt like, you know, when the trees come out at the beginning of spring, they're so vibrant. That's what I was looking for. I'm using blending brushes and sponge dabbers because I don't have enough blending brushes, which I will be adding with my next order. So I'm just picking up some green Lemon Lime Twist, and we're going to do that swirling motion. So we're just going to swirl around. So as you can see, and this is why I think you would want, just because that little piece there might. So you can make it as light as dark as you want. I'm happy with that. So that is Lemon Lime Twist. Now, let's pull this off. Okay, so we're going to save that because we're going to use that again. Look how beautiful that is. Then we're going to come in with number 3. So here's 3 with the notch. You're just going to put it down. And then, I mean, you can just kind of play around with it, but I kind of like just like that. You're going to put your, see, you really want to hold it in place because you don't want it to slide. We're going to bring in Granny Apple Green. I just wanted a little bit of a darker green. And this, I think this is the one I was using. Okay, so I'm going to pick up that ink. Yeah, and I'm just going to go over those little masks. Honestly, the concept artists who thought of this, brilliant. Like, kudos to them. I think that would be such a fun job to work at Stampin' Up. All right, maybe someday. Okay, so I feel like I'm happy with that. So let's pull that off. And there is our tree. So now let me just save these and we'll save those. So there is our tree. Look at that, how beautiful it is. Now, if you wanted that first layer to be darker, you could go over and redo it. I'm happy with that, so let's leave that. And I'm just gonna put some stuff away. We're going to bring in our die cutting machine. So we are using the big Stamp and Cut tonight, just because we're using an embossing folder later, so I thought that was easier. All right, we're gonna bring in our tree, and then we're going to bring in that die. So there is that die. Totally see how it stamps and matches perfectly. We're gonna use, I meant to grab more Post-it note tape before we started, but that's okay, we'll just make it do. We're gonna cut that out. Okay, always get in the habit of taking your dies off your paper, because like I said, you don't want to throw these in the garbage and have to go look for them. Trust me, it's not fun. All right, so let me just move this out of the way. Back over there. All right, so here is our tree. Isn't that beautiful? Like, absolutely love, love, love this set. So let's bring this back in. We're gonna pop this up. We're gonna use big dimensionals, so regular dimensionals and mini dimensionals. I wish you could see my workspace. It is like, just because I have so many inks tonight that we're using, I really try hard not to use so many inks, but with this set, you just had to show off the colors and what you could do with it. So I'm gonna classify this as our spring summary card. It's a birthday card. You could use it for anyone who loves nature, or just maybe a spring birthday. All right, so there's that. We're going to take this and pop this up. I would love to know if you have this bundle. Maybe you don't. Maybe you didn't even know it existed. But after seeing tonight's projects, I would love to know what you think. And I will be asking you which one is your favorite. So this is card number 1. All right, we're gonna put that down there like that. I've already die cut an image, and that came from our nested essential dies. So this is another one of my favorite. If you've been following me, you know I'm a huge fan of anything stitched. I love stitched. It just looks so pretty. We are going to stamp this greeting and pecan pie, and it is going to be a birthday greeting. All my greetings, except for the winter card I'm going to show you, I really wanted to make a Christmas card, so they didn't have a Christmas greeting. So most of my greetings are from this stamp set. I try to use the stamp set to show you. So if you were to place an online order in my online store from now, like Monday to Sunday, I will send you all of these cards. The only thing I can't do, I will send you like the pieces, the die cuts. I can't stamp your tree and I can't stamp your greeting. So if you definitely want the same cards, you would definitely have to order this bundle. And just, yeah. Okay, so this is a fun trick. We're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back. We're going to put this just like this. So I'm just using linen thread. Linen thread, I think, is another one of those things that should be a staple in your craft room. I don't even keep it in my embellishment jar. I have a jar with all kinds of different twine. Yeah, no, it literally sits right on it's in my desk drawer because I use it so much. All right, let's add a little bit of dimensionals because that will hold it in place. Like that. There we go. And we're going to pop this just up over here. Now, if I can find them, they were here a minute ago. Oh, here they are. We are using the transparent adhesive dots. I love these dots. I feel like they're, you can use them for anything. So there's lemon, lime twist, blackberry, I think it's garden green, and clear. We're going to use the garden green. Definitely want to bring in your, we're actually going to use lemon, lime twist. Your take a pick tool and pick those up. All right, there is card number 1 featuring the Frosted Forest bundle. What do you think? Now, you can put white inside. I usually do that after. I don't stamp the inside of my cards because I sell my cards. I sell them at work, and I have a lot of friends who buy them off me, and they like blank cards, so I will just put a white in there. But anyways, there is our first card of the evening featuring the Frosted Forest. So that is our spring card. So let me just put those there. Okay, our second card, we're moving on to fall. Fall is my favorite time of year. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you this card. This card is fun. Okay, so let me show you the card. As I said, you should see my desk. It's quite messy. All right, here is the card we're making. So on this card, I pulled in that Country Wood to ZSP. I used the Iconic Celebrations, but I wanted to show you how you can create a different tree with the die cuts. We're using that nested essential labels again, and then we're going to do the branches. So that's what we're going to create tonight, and I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, funny, this is Cajun Craze. I couldn't tell you the last time I used Cajun Craze cardstock. Like, I don't even know when it was. I have a piece of that Country Wood. I think this is one of my favorite patterns. I love, love, love the plank look. I have used this DSP on so many projects. It's probably one of my favorites. Actually, I could just have a whole pack of this. Like, just, no, it was funny. When I was first thinking about this card, I wanted it like this. And then I was like, oh, like that, I don't know about that. Then I switched it to the green and I was like, oh yeah, I want the green. I just found it gave it a little bit of contrast. So, there it is. Now, today I was at work and I was looking, I was setting up my desk so I didn't have to do it when we got there, our room wasn't set up. I went in just to help out with some transition meetings. My principal asked me and my other coworker to come in, and our EA office wasn't set up, so we did that. And as I was looking at the window, we have this tree by our parking lot, and I said to my coworker, I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's already changing colors. That tree is so vibrant. I need to remember to take a picture like mid-September and then like in October because it's just so beautiful. All right, so we have that. Now I have already gone ahead and die cut out our branch. So I used this die and I did it in pecan pie. So let's bring in some glue and we'll put that down. But it was, I mean, I love the routine of work. It was nice to see the kids today. I got like one little boy saw me and like I walked in to say hi and he just ran and gave me the biggest hug and I was like, oh, just made my day. I'm not looking forward to the exhaustion that happens with my job. So yeah, so next Wednesday when I do Facebook Live, it is my first like day with the kids. So yeah, we're gonna be, but you know what? Sometimes I feel like when I do my Facebook Lives, it gives me that burst of energy. So I feel like I'm gonna have a burst of energy. All right, let's just put that tree down, let that go like that. I'm gonna move that off to the side. So we have that little there. Let's bring in our greeting and stamp it. Once again, I thought this would be a great birthday card. Oh, I think I went a little there. Okay. Just so I can add none of this color. And we're gonna flip that over, just add a little bit of tape, bring back in that twine. I just want to do all these steps so then we're ready to do the next step, which is a fun part. Okay. So let's just, oh, my twine doesn't naturally want to twirl. There, I just kind of do however you want. And then I probably would do one more so that my piece is that way. Okay, and then we're going to just set that off to the side because I do want to wait till our tree is on. Okay, so I'm going to move this off to the side. We're going to bring back in our big stamp and cut. Oops, I just woke up my puppy. And hopefully didn't scare you guys because that scared me. All right, I have a piece of crushed curry and I have this die here. And I meant to grab, I'll have to go grab something else. We're gonna run it through. I'm gonna run it through a couple times just because it is a detailed die. I wanna make sure we really get it done. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for a minute. And I just gotta go grab something. I forgot to do that. Okay, so with these detailed dies that look like this, leave it on your cardstock. This is our die, this is our take a pick tool, but you can buy a die brush attachment and it comes with this and this mat. If you have detailed dies, you definitely want this. And all you do is just go back and forth. And what that does is it really helps you pick out those little spots. Okay, you can just see. And it usually should pop right out. And then, so I have one, you can switch back and forth. I just found it's easier if I keep this. So I have a little pottery cup on my my big shot, my die cutting machine table, and I just leave it there attached because I just find it so much easier than switching and looking for the contraption. And yeah, okay, so I'm okay if not all these little things are popped out because I feel like you're not going to really see them once we do what we need to do. But let me just all right, so I'm going to move this. So we're going to put this die back on our thing. I'm going to move this out of our way. Tap that off as much as I can. All right, so let me move this out of my way. Bring back in our grid paper. Okay, so for this one, I wanted it to look like a fall tree. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp color in pumpkin pie. So we're going to use the pumpkin pie blending brush. So what I do with my blending brushes, you can wash these under water and then go to a different color. I just find it easier to keep one color. I label them with my Dymo label maker, and then I have a pretty nice little planter that says, like, someone gave me a plant, and it had, it was a really cute container, and I was like, I like that container, so let's keep it, and I store all my blending brushes in that. All right, so we're going to ink up that again, swirl that off, and then we're just going to lightly, you don't want to go too hard. It's easier to go light than to be too dark because you don't want that. Okay, so we're going to just stay there for a minute with that. We're going to bring in Old Olive because I want this tree to be like, it's green, but it's really starting to think about changing its color. It reminds me of that tree that I was telling you about at my work. All right, so we're just going to add in just a little bit of green. Okay, just like, yeah, it's like looking, you know, it's that in between. It doesn't know what it wants to do, but it's really starting to turn colors. Then I am going to bring in Cajun Craze. Like, again, this color, I probably haven't used this color since last fall. And I'm using Cajun Craze in a sponge dabber. And once a thing, I also label my sponge dabber so I know when can use them. We're going to pick that up. Remember, you don't want to blop down because if you blop, you're going to get that. So you want to swirl it. And then we're just going to cut. Now, you can blop a little bit, but it's hard to swirl on this because I don't want you to really like ruin your pieces. Now, this tree is really getting happy. It's really starting to change colors. It's, you know, it's feeling the love of the fall season. All right, so let's move this out of the way. So there is our tree. Now I want to show you, I've done another one, and I truly feel that this stamp set is one where you will create your trees, and you could use the exact same products, but each time you do it, they're going to create a different look. This looks more like the rustic fall. All right, so we're going to just, oh, I should get out I've been really using this. So if you have a glass mat or don't have a glass mat, you definitely want to like add one to your shopping list, especially, I just find it really helps keep the adhesive off your things. All right. Okay, so let's just do one up there. See how I mean? You would have like all this glue on your mat, and that's just not what we want. All right, we're gonna set that down. Let's just move this off. Like I said, I wish you could see my desk right now. Put that there. There, and then we're gonna bring in our greeting and our finer dimensionals. Now the next card, I cannot wait to show you the last two cards. They are super excited. So this is card number 2. If you're just scrolling through and see us, we are creating with the Frosted Friends bundle. We're gonna put that there, and then we're gonna bring back in those adhesive those transparency dots. Finder, and now we're actually gonna use the garden green. I see that these are in low inventory. I was looking, I definitely will be adding some more packs because I love them. Like, I use them all the time. I just think they're great colors. All right, so here is our second card of the evening, showcasing the Frosted Forest. Now I'm gonna bring in my sample just so you can see, like, I use the exact same colors on my tree, but my tree looks very, very different. Card number 2, so super excited about that. All right, card number 3. Let me show you card number 3. Actually, I'm just gonna put this over here. All right, card number 3. I think I love card number 3. I think it's my favorite. Yeah, I love it because I think it's the fall colors. Okay, so let me show you what we're creating. Now this was, I cased the layout. I was looking for Pinterest for some ideas, and I cased this layout from a girl named Rachel Trodden. I hope I'm saying your name right, Rachel. I really liked the layout she did, so I did switch it up to make it my own, but this is the card we are going to make, so I'm going to show you how to do that tree. So let's go ahead and assemble our pieces first, because we can do that, and then we just have to do our tree after. So let's crease that. Definitely want a bone folder. We are using basic white, and here is that iconic celebration. So great for your fall. That paper can take you through the seasons. Definitely, if you have not looked at it, I would consider it. I think this is like my favorite pattern. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and put this down. Okay, just like that. I've gone ahead and cut out our label already, once again using that Nestled Essential label. So right there, definitely, as I said, those are a must in your collection. So we can actually, I'm going to save that. And then let's bring in our greeting. So that's done. And we're going to use the stamp set from this this bundle, that says, thinking of you and how you strengthened my life. Like, I thought that was really pretty. All right, and we're going to stamp that in pecan pie. And then I'm going to put this off to the side because we're going to show you how to do some blending. And I actually have some samples, steps to show you. As I was like thinking, when I was looking at this stamp set, I was figuring out like, how do you use those masks? I found this to be very easy, and I definitely will keep it in my drawer for when I create. Don't be surprised if you don't see this set reappear towards the holiday season, because I think it would be fun to make some Christmas cards with. All right, so we're just gonna pull that off to the side, and we're just gonna put everything over here. So now we're going to make our tree. Let's bring back in a white piece. We're going to bring back in our scrap paper, okay? We're going to stamp our tree in Memento ink. Okay, we're going to use those dies, those masks again. All right, so let's just go up here. Always get in the habit of cleaning your stamps. I'm just using our Stamp and Scrub. It's off to the side here. because, and we're actually done with this tree, so I can go ahead and put this tree back into our container. Are you a person who likes to tidy as you go, or are you a person who just has like everything on your desk? I'm definitely tidy as you go. Okay, before we do the mask, I do want to show you a couple things. And we're actually, no, we're still using that. So, as I was playing around, so the first time I used this set, I was like, started playing and I was like, oh, I really should create like a cheat sheet. So I'm going to call this my cheat sheet. So I stamped my tree, both trees in Memento ink. I added mask 1, and I will show that as we go. And I colored my trunk in pecan pie. Then I used in mask 2. Okay, so first was my tree and then my mask. I started with daffodil, and the funny thing was these were the first two trees I stamped, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I just did daffodil, and then I laid it back, kept it down there, and I added pumpkin pie, which gives you that really nice gold color. I did the exact same thing. I stamped it in Memento ink, added my trunk, did that. And as you can see, I used the exact same inks for these two projects, but the trees look absolutely different. Like this looks more golden, this looks more orangey. And then I was like playing with the mask, and I was like, wait, what's number 3 for? So I didn't even use mask 3 on these pumpkins. On these trees. I saw pumpkin pie, and that made me think of pumpkins. So you can see how you don't have to use that mask 3. You could just use 1 and 2, and these are the trees you will get. So very, very vibrant. Our trees here in Ontario, they turn this color, which is pretty cool. All right, so then I thought, I want to make that tree again, but I wanted to be vibrant red. Like those are my favorite trees. Those are our maple trees here in Ontario. So this time, once again, these were the first 2 I kind of stamped. So I stamped my inks, my trees in Memento ink. I added in number 1 for the branch. I decided to do early espresso. I would love to know, do you like the early espresso trees, branches, or do you like the the pecan pie branches? Then I brought in crushed curry. And now, same thing, I didn't even realize there was a number 3, so I only used 1 and 2. Stamped my tree trunk in early espresso. Blended with this on top in crushed curry, left it, added pumpkin pie, and came in with real red. And I did the exact same here. So once again, using the exact same colors, but our trees are very different looking. I love these trees. I just think they're so, so vibrant. So this is what I'm going to show you how to do, is to make a tree like this. Then I was thinking, hey, like I really should show the steps. So step 1, you stamp your tree in Memento ink. Step 2, you add your pecan pie trunk with mask number 1. Step 3, you add mask 2 and you add daffodil and pumpkin pie to your branches. Step 3, you could come in and add a little bit of Cajun craze if you wanted, or real red, whatever you want. I did Cajun craze just because my card base was Cajun craze. So that just shows you how it goes through to create that tree. But look at the difference when you use the mask 3. So this is using that mask 3, and this is using just 1 and 2. It truly does give a different look. So let's go ahead and create that. So we're going to bring back in our mask number 1, and we're going to make sure that I'm straight here, as it'll drive me crazy. Find our tree branches. Okay. So there is, oh, yep, I'm on the right way. Just thinking, make sure I was the right way. Okay, so there's that. We're going to bring back in our thing. We're going to bring in our pecan pie. And we're going to, oh, I should probably put my glue in my hand. So it's that. Okay, so pecan pie, where are you? Right here. Pecan pie blending brush. Blend that up, rub it off, and then start your blending again. Okay, so just like that. And like I said, you could go back and add as much as you want. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I love how that looks, so let's pull that off. Like I said, now that I'm done using that, I would just take it to the sink and wash it. We are done with our pecan pie, because we don't need that for the next one, so let's put that there. Now we're gonna bring in number, I'm just trying to like tidy as I go. Okay, so we're gonna bring in number 2, put down our adhesives, just like that. We're going to bring in Daffodil, and we're going to bring in the Daffodil Delight blending brush. I find the blending brushes are really easy to use. We do have a large and a small. This is the large. So once again, we don't want to blot, because if we do, we're going to get a big blot. We're just light touch, swirling around. Okay? And like, you can be like, yeah, I want to add a little bit more color. Maybe I want to do it more in the middle. So you can see as you add, it just changes. Now, I'm going to leave that on because I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. We're going to bring in pumpkin pie. Okay, so we're done with that blending brush. We're going to bring in pumpkin pie. Once again, swirl that around the ink. I'm just swirling it. And then rub off. Oops, and I kind of moved my paper. Let's get that back where we are. Okay, now this will be a little darker, so we definitely want to go a little lighter. And maybe we're just gonna go in here. Okay, like look at that. Now for this one, yeah, I'm actually gonna bring in that 3rd layer because I want you to see what that looks like. Okay, so we're just gonna really add that little tone there. Looks how beautiful that is. Okay, so we're done with pumpkin pie. We're done with that blending brush. Now we're gonna bring in Cajun Craze. Okay, and we're done with this layer. So we'll just put that there to be washed. We're gonna bring in the 3rd layer, and you can totally figure out where you want it. Always want to make sure that the notch is at the top. Here's a notch. Like I said, I probably would put Sharpie on it, just so you know. I am going to use Cajun Craze, and for Cajun Craze, I don't have a blending brush, so we're going to use our sponge dabber. Remember, don't want to block, because that's what you're going to get. You're going to swirl it, and we're just going to swirl around. Okay, so it looks like this. And then look at that tree. Now, you could come back with this, put this back on, and bring in that pumpkin pie and really blend that in if you wanted. So you could have fun with this. Like, you could create a lot of different things. So let me put that away because we're done with the Cajun Craze. Grab my layers here because we need them for the next card. All right, so there is our tree. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's just so vibrant. Let's bring in our, done with that. And I'm done with you guys. Okay, so let's bring back in our die cutting machine. We're going to bring back in that die. It was very interesting because I didn't really have this stamp set bundle on my radar, and when I was planning out my projects of the week, I was like, I try to want to be like ahead of the game, not ahead of the game, but I want to know what I'm doing so in each week. So like after tonight, all these products will be put away, and then I'll start working on next week's projects. So I was like, definitely was like, I want September to be fall projects, like fall, just different ways of showing you what you could do with fall. So when I was looking through what I had, I was like, oh, I saw some really cool projects from my fellow demonstrators. And I was like, you know what? I definitely need to get this. So that is why I ordered it, and I'm so glad I did. All right, so there is our tree. So let's bring back in our project. We're going to die cut this die cut that. We've already done that, Anne. Oh my gosh, my poor brain. I think I will sleep well tonight. The thing about when you get going back to work is like, I forget how much my body hurts. Like tonight when I came home and I was like, oh, right, my legs, and just, it's like that for the first few weeks, and then my body gets used to it. So yeah, I don't know my assignment yet. We're still trying to figure that out, but bear with me as I head back to work. I just love to be able to do Stampin' Up! Full time. Someday in the near future, I hope that is my ultimate goal. All right. Or work for Stampin' Up! I think that would be an ultimate dream too. Oh, my puppy was so sad this morning. I was talking to him last night and I told him that I had to leave. So if you know my puppy, I have a little Shih Tzu. He's like my world. He's my little man. And I was telling him that I was leaving, and I was saying, like, you know, I'm like, I have to go to work. Like, you still have, like, my one daughter's still home. And like, he was looking at me with such this sad face. I swear he had a tear drop in his eye. I was like, oh, don't do this to me. And then this morning when I left, he was sitting at the door and he just looked so sad. And I took a picture and I sent it to my daughter. She's like, Mom, he looks so sad. But when I came home, he was so happy to see me. Oh my gosh, I got the amount of licks and kisses and you name it, actually. I'm going to take this middle one off because I don't want it to be too thick on that end. So, but he's super happy to see me, and he's now fast asleep. I don't think he sleeps during the day when I'm not here. I think he truly just like guards the house. Okay, so there is our thing. Now I'm going to show you a really neat trick. I wanted Cajun Craze dots and embellishments. We don't have Cajun Craze. So I was like, well, I can use these clear. So I am using Cajun Craze blends, so they come in a dark and a light. Now, this is not a color I use very often. Sorry, that was a mouthful. This tip I'm going to show you will ruin your blends. So you might want to be like, if your blends are drying out, this would be a good way to use them. So I'm just going to take my blend, and you're literally just going to color around it. Let it sit for a minute so that ink can dry. Go back over, and it can be as dark as you want. So you're thinking, hey, I want a color and we don't have it. You can take our rhinestones or these clear dots and color with them, and then you get the colors that you need. You can see here I created with pumpkin pie. I had my team event on the weekend, and we had a summer party where we had a potluck. Oh my gosh, the food was yummy. And we played some games, and we did some make and takes. So I was showing them this trick. Hey, if you don't have the colors you need, you could use these and color with them. And they all got some in their goodie bags. So that was worked out perfect. All right. And I posted that information yesterday on my Facebook page, so if you want to see what we did. There is our third card using the Frosted Forest. So this is card number 3, and I'll just show you, like I said, no two cards are the same. See, I did a little bit darker Cajun Craze on this. This one was more of a golden. So there is card number 3. What do you think? Isn't that beautiful? Like, I love this set. All right, so for our last project, I was like, we have to do winter. So let me show you what we're doing. Get out all our pieces. So for winter, we are using this one. This is our winter card. And now, as I said, I brought in a different stamp set because the Frosted Forest doesn't have a winter greeting. So this is the card I'm going to show you how to make now. So let's go ahead and assemble or prep our card. Okay, so there's our card base. I always use thick white. We have this piece and this piece. So I've already gone ahead and cut out our die from the Stylish Shape. So if you've been following me, you know these are another one of my favorites. I love anything stitched. Don't have these, highly recommend. You get squares, circles, and I got ink all over me, and banners. So definitely want to use those. for my greeting, I was like, what am I going to use? I decided to go with the merriest tree, and we're going to create like a frosted look, so I went with more of the blue tone. We're going to use the one that says, hope your home is filled with the spirit of the season. Now, this was in last year's holiday catalog and it carried over. You can tell mine is well loved. I loved this one. But because it's stained like this does not mean that it doesn't stamp. So you can still use it. It's still great. I've actually heard people say they put these in like soap in a dish with a little bit of soap and it comes out nice and clean. I haven't tried it. I actually think I did, and it worked pretty good. So let's do that. So that was the merriest tree bundle. Actually, stamp set. Last year it was a bundle. So when a product is in our catalog and it carries over, if it was a bundle, when it carries over into our new catalog, it's not a bundle. So if you want this, you would have to buy the stamp set and the matching dies. So that is that one. All right, so let's just put this away so I don't stick my hand in it. I'm going to put our greeting up here. We're going to bring in our die cutting machine. So I want to get all that over and done with so then I can show you the last card. We don't need these. I was looking, I wanted my trees to look like they were in a snowy background. And we are going to use the Snowflake Sky, which was also an embossing folder that carried over from our last year's catalog, which I'm so glad it did because I love it. I just love the look that it gives. So it looks like you're in a snowstorm, right? So that is one. If you have not looked at that, you might want to look at that. I can put that over there, but we do need this for die cutting. So let's just move this out of our way. Okay, I'm going to show you the next set of dies. Decorative masks. So we use the tree branches, the tree and the tree branches. Now we're going to use the ones for the evergreen. So once again, they are all notched at the top, which means you want them all to be the same way. And they're lettered with A, B, and C. So you're going to use A, B, and C. So we're going to stamp that. So let's bring that in. We're going to stamp our trees. Now we need 2. So let's get that out. In the set, you have a small one and a big one. We're going to use the big one just because I thought that looked like a really pretty evergreen. And I think we're going to turn it this way. Once again, stamp in my image in Memento ink. Now, I have seen when I was looking for some ideas. Oh, look at that. I got ink on my... Okay, I did see, I think it was my friend, I just stuck my finger in the ink pad. Oh my goodness, definitely, look at my hands, like this is a messy night. That's okay, that means you're having fun. When you're messy, that means you're having fun. I do think it was my friend Callie Bennett who took this tree and she colored, like, see how there's like this little branch? She colored that. I chose not to color mine, just because I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it this way. And that's okay. There's no right or wrong. That's the one thing about crafting, is how you interpret it. And like, I could show you my projects, and your projects could be very different from mine. That's the one thing I love. I love when I teach card classes, and my customers come, and they take the idea, and they run with it, and they make it their own. That is like the best. All right, so we have our trees. So let me show you how this works. I did a cheat sheet just like this. So number 1, you're going to stamp your tree. Forget mask A. So you're going to stamp your tree in Memento ink. Step 2, you're going to use mask A. We're going to use Pool Party ink. Step 2, we're going to use mask B. We're adding some Lost Lagoon. So you can see the Lost Lagoon is on the bottom edges of the branches. Step 3 is we're adding Pretty Peacock, and we're using mask 3 to give you that different shade. So this is how you're going to do your evergreens. You're going to use mask A, B, and C. And this is what it's going to look. I think these would be very pretty too, in a very, like, your greens, to make it look like your evergreens. I just thought I would make it look like a very frosted evergreen. All right, so let's show you how this works. We're going to use mask A, so you want to make sure you have mask A in the notch. So we're gonna put it like this, and I did stamp on an angle, so I'm gonna have to line it up. You wanna make sure you have that nice and secure down. So we are going to use Pool Party ink. So let's get our Pool Party ink. Where's my Pool Party brush? Right here. So once again, just swirling that ink, and oops, my paper. Actually, I think I need to hold down maybe this here. All right, so let's see. Once I get my paper moved on me, and I stamped it on a bit of an angle, so that makes it even harder. All right, so there's that. We're coloring with the Pool Party, so let's ink that up. We're gonna go lighter touch. You wanna go soft because you don't want it to be too dark, because it's easier to go light to dark than it is to go dark to light. Okay. All right, so I'm happy with that. See, it just adds that little bit of tone. Let's move this over, and we'll do this one while we have our ink. Okay. This video will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, and I will also put it on my blog, which is www.stampwithann.com. My blog is the hub of my business. That's where I put everything. So I usually blog. My goal is I've been trying to blog daily, and I've been trying to be very consistent. So that is my goal to maintain when I'm back to work. It's very different when you're home than working, but I feel like I need to continue with that. So we're done with this one. Once I said, after I'm done with this video, I will take these and I will run them under water, and the ink just runs off. And then I will literally set it on paper towels and let it dry overnight, and then you're good to go. So we have that. We're going to bring in letter B. And we're going to line that up just like that. So we're going to put that down. Oh man, I moved it again. So this, as I said, this video will be up on my blog. Probably on Friday or Saturday. That'll give me a chance to download it and everything like that. Okay, so we're done with that blending brush. So now we're going to bring in Lost Lagoon. And we're going to bring in, I can't remember which one I used. Hold on, I think this was Pretty Peacock. Yep, that's Pretty Peacock. All right, so let's bring in this brush. I need to get more blending brushes. All right, so we're going to blend. We're doing Lost Lagoon over our thing. Okay, so let's just pick up a little bit more color. So Lost Lagoon on our trees. Looks good. Let's pull that off so you can see. You can see that it adds that little bit of depth. Let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, pick that up. Okay, so there's that. We're done with Lost Lagoon. So I'll show you what that looks like. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I did a little bit darker, so this one was a little bit lighter and this one's a little bit darker, but that's okay, just so you can see what that looks like. Now, if I wanted to come back in, we can just, I'll show you. You know, like if you pull it off and you're thinking, oh man, I really want that to be a little darker, you could come back in with your brush and just make it a little darker. All right, so there is that. Beautiful. So once again, I'll just run everything under the water. Now we're going to bring in mask C, and we're just, sorry, I like stamped it on an angle. We're going to lay this down, put her there, and we're going to come in with Pretty Peacock. Now, I did not have Pretty Peacock in a stamping brush, but I had it in a sponge dabber. So we're gonna sponge, and then we're gonna swirl it. And then I think I moved my, mask. All right, so I like that. Or we're just gonna add that color really hold that down. Okay, so you can see, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I moved a bit, but that's okay. We'll let's cut that off. And then we're gonna bring this one on top. I was watching my friend Erica Serwin, and she says she has this adhesive sticky sheet, and that's what she uses when she's using things like this. It's supposed to hold it in place. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Just thought that was pretty cool. All right, you can see I really added some. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Let's see if we can go back and fix this a little bit. I think I'll just try to hold it. Go back in and add a little bit more. So like there's no right or wrong. You can just literally play with it, create it. But as I said, each time you do it, your cards are going to be different looking. You're never going to have two trees that are exactly the same. All right. Definitely happy with those. So what do you guys think? There is our evergreens. Isn't that beautiful? We're going to bring in our Stampin' Cut, and we're going to cut those up. So we're almost done. I knew this one would be a little longer tonight just because we were doing a little bit more techniques. I definitely didn't feel I could just show you this set without showing you how to do the process. Because that's just not what you want. Okay, so we're going to take our die and we're going to run it through the embossing folder. Okay, so there is one. Look how pretty that is. Beautiful. Okay, so let's do the next one. And just line that up. Like I said, the concept artist who designed this stamp set and these decorative masks, wow, amazing. Kudos to them. Shout out to our concept artist. I think that would be a fun job. There's our second one. Okay. So let me put this die and we'll move this out of our way. Okay, so let's bring back in our trees and assemble. Now, we're gonna pop up our trees with dimensionals. You really could go through a pack of dimensionals for like one set of projects. Okay, so let's pull this off. And what I did was I kind of set one tree in the background, and then I came in and added another tree, but I kind of offset it so it was just like a little like down. We're gonna come in with our greeting. Now, I think we're gonna add, as I think this would be really cool to see, or just see what that looks like so you can see the difference. Okay, let's pull that off. I just kind of left it like that. That's, ooh, we're almost out of adhesive. Good timing. We're in our last project. My hands are getting inky. I don't want to get those all over my thing. All right, so we're going to bring back in those clear dots. So let's bring those in. We're just going to use the clear ones. So, and I kind of put, now if I had small ones, I didn't have any small ones left, but I just kind of randomly put them around my trees. Just like that. Now, before we're done, let me see if I can find it. I don't know which one has anything, but I think this would be fun to do. So this is our Wink Stella brush. And I think it would be fun just to brush a little bit of Wink Stella to add that little bit of glitter. So like it's like the snow has just fallen on our pretty branches. I don't want to add too much because I don't know how much is, I don't want to be too silver. If you don't have a Wink of Stella in your collection, oh my gosh, you should add it. It's like the best. I actually think I need to get some new ones. I think mine are filling out of there. Okay, so have you guys been noticing that it's starting to get darker and darker earlier and earlier? I noticed by like 8:30 it's pretty like, you know, settling in. All right, let me show you our last card and we'll bring back in everything else. Okay, so there is our last card. We did add a little bit of Wink of Stella to the trees. I'm not sure if that can pick it up on the camera, but it is stunning in person. So there is with Wink of Stella and with not. All right, so let's bring back in all the cards. So card number 4. Card number 3, card number 2, and card number 1. All right, if you're here and still watching, I would love to know which one is your favorite. 1, 2, 3, or 4. I don't know. I like all of them for different reasons, but I really truly like this one. I think it's the colors that I draw. I think these two, I don't know. I like all of them. But I did want to show you this one I posted on my blog. So here's just another idea using this this bundle. So I used the Country Woods, did those same colors. This here actually was created with this die. I just kind of took the tree and wanted to like a little hill for my grass and just cut that off. So that is the forest, the ideas with that. So I'll just put that one there so you can see. All right, let's do a quick recap. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This one was a little longer than what we normally are, but I knew we would be because I really wanted to show you in depth how you use this bundle. I hope that I have inspired you to look at this bundle, maybe to purchase this bundle. So let's do a quick recap. We used the Frosted Forest stamp bundle, which is this bundle, stamp set that dies, and then you get these decorative masks, right? So that's what you get as a bundle. You can buy them individually. So if you just want the stamp set, maybe you just want the dies, or maybe you just want the masks, you can do that too. But the best deal is to purchase them as a bundle. When you place an order in my online store using this host code this week, so from Monday, August 26th to September 1st, $50 before shipping and taxes, I will send you the supplies to make these 4 cards. So what will you get? You will get everything on here except for the stamped image. You will get all the die cutting here. You will get everything. I just can't stamp your image. You will get all the die cuts, the banners, the DSP, the embellishments, the twine. I can't stamp your embellishments. And same on this one, I would emboss everything for you. Your die cuts, you would have to have your own trees. So truly, if you want your cards to look exactly like mine, you're definitely going to want to add the Frosted Forest bundle. Now remember, the Frosted Forest bundle is not in a catalog. You're going to find it in our online store. But it's while supplies last. It could be here till December. It could be here till next year. We never know that. I have a feeling more and more demonstrators are going to be showcasing this in the month of August, the month of September and August. So if this is something you want, I want to say go order it sooner than later. I want to say thank you to those who have already placed orders in my online store this week. I cannot wait to create your package for you and ship it out next week. So if you are here in Canada, you could definitely take advantage of this, and I will send you the card pack. Plus, you will get an email with the PDF listing all the supplies and measurements. So if you wanted to recreate these cards, you can. And then you will also get a link to this video. I will upload this video to my blog and YouTube. So if you're not on my blog and YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me over on my blog. And make sure you sign up to my newsletters, because that is you guys are the first ones to find out what is the product of the week. I always send a message Monday morning and let you know which one I will be featuring that week. You don't want to miss out. That's the best part. Plus, you get sneak peeks, a recap video, a recap email every week. So you always have that there, so you're not searching for it. I want to say thank you so much for sticking around with me tonight. I hope you truly enjoyed this crafting session as much as I did. I truly love these cards. I love fall, and I cannot wait to show you what I have in store for the month of September. So please set your alarms and join me on Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, because that is when we do our crafty sessions. Alright everyone, thank you so much for joining me. If you are here in Canada and the United States, enjoy your last long weekend of summer. I don't know about my global friends. I don't know, do you guys have like a long weekend? Let me know if you're watching from overseas. But here in Canada, it is our Labor Day weekend, which is the official last weekend of the summer. So have a safe, happy weekend. Make sure you document, take some pictures, and maybe if you're not going anywhere, you're spending some time in your craft room. Whatever you do, I hope you have a fabulous week, and I will see you guys next Monday night for our next product of the week scrapbook page. I cannot wait to see you guys. It's going to be a good one. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And just a reminder, this will be up on my blog by either Friday or Saturday. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate you and all the support. Bye, everyone.